Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and this is Frecky Fit Wolf. Today I'm going to be giving you 10 ways to be more active. Alright, so if you're doing Weight Watchers, the plans have been out for a little bit. You kind of learned them, you kind of know what you're doing on that aspect. If you're doing another diet plan, you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing food-wise. That's pretty much a huge portion of the battle of the bulge, of losing weight, is, getting down and getting the habits right with that. Obviously, we also have things to work on in that category, but at least we know a route we're going with it. And you can feel free to ask me any questions, ask any of the numerous YouTubers or Facebook groups questions. There's a link to mine down below. You can post in there whenever you want to. But the big question for me, my biggest struggle is exercise. I am lazy. Yeah, I think it's fair to say I'm lazy. And I do not enjoy a lot of different activities. I'm not a sports person. I hate the gym. Like, the gym gives me hardcore anxiety, flashbacks of, gym class humiliation in schools. I don't do it. I've tried. I hate it. I dread it until I go. And then when I'm there, I'm kind of anxious the whole time, ready to get out. Afterwards, little happy that I did it, but still stressed out. So it's not a thing for me. So what do? I came up with a list of 10 things that some of them are pretty obvious, but very, very important to just be more active. The main thing is get your body moving. It doesn't mean you have to be soaked in sweat and can't breathe and turning bright red because you've exercised so much. In fact, if it's that extreme, it's probably not the best for you. But either way, so these are things. So number one, I want to say, same with any aspect of weight loss, track your activity. Just like how tracking your food is making you aware of what you're eating, even if it's a 0-point foods, track it. But it makes you aware of what you're eating, what you're putting in your mouth. And sometimes it's not worth the hassle of, I don't want to grab that because I don't feel like actually tracking it. Same goes with exercise tracking. Tracking your activity makes you aware of what type of movement you're doing or lack of movement that you're doing. If you're writing it down. Now, some of these things will not necessarily be something you can just type into the Weight Watchers app or the iTrackBites app. It's not an activity that's listed. But just get yourself a little journal and write them down on there when you do them, just so at least that you're aware, hey, I did that. Okay, cool. I don't know exactly how many calories I burned doing that, but I burned more than just sitting on the couch or sitting in this chair. So that is hugely, hugely, hugely important. That's my theory on everything. Everything boils down to tracking. So number two, with that, to help you with tracking, your phone, or if you have a Fitbit watch, have built-in step counters. So whether it's an Android or an iPhone, they all have, I have Android, so it has the Google Health app. But there are also step counter apps that you can download. Some of those can be a little bit tricky because you do have to have them open. I had one before on an older Android that I had to have that app open for it to count my steps, which is kind of annoying. But the Google Health app, it's built in, and there's other ones that are better that you can do that. And if you use a Fitbit, I can't afford one. But if you use one, the main purpose is counting steps. Those things have a bunch of options, a bunch of things to do. I really, really want one, but can't have it right now. So hopefully, fingers crossed for Black Friday. But anyway, so those things help you track it. And a lot of them can tie into whatever method you're using for losing weight, whether it be MyFitnessPal, iTrackBites like I'm using, WW like I'm also using, or anything. A lot of them can tie into it. Unfortunately, Google Health doesn't tie into a lot of those, but you can just, manually do it. You can just load up the Google Health app, see how many steps you took, or in the Google Health, they do call it movements instead. But still, sorry. You can track, you can write those down, and then you can put them in your health app. Say, look, I took 10,000 steps today, or however many steps you took. It doesn't need to be 10,000 right off the bat. but you can write those down and you can add them manually to them. I personally do not eat activity points or fit points, whatever they're being called nowadays. I don't personally eat them. Those are extra cool. Granted, I also have not had a lot of them because, as I said, up until like now, I haven't been that active. But it's still important to track them so that you are aware of it. Again, preaching tracking. It's very, very important. But so whether you're writing in a journal, whether you're actually tracking how many extra points you can get, because that can be helpful for some people. And who knows, maybe when I do not have as many points as I do because of my size, I might actually be like, look, I want a little bit more to eat. Let me go for a walk, earn 4 or 5 extra activity points, and eat those. If that's what helps you, do it. So those things. So 1 was track activity. 2 is a step counter on your phone or a Fitbit. Number 3, this one seems pretty simple, but park farther away. I like going to the grocery store, going to the mall, going to Target, wherever you're going. You don't have to park in the first spot. You don't have to park as close as you can. Park at the other end. It's more steps to get to the door. And also, typically, it's easier to find a parking spot if you're not trying to get super, super close. So you're a lot more zen about it because of that. So that can help a lot. Like, especially all the little things that add up, you know, at your work, at whatever store you're going to, even at home. Like, I don't have a driveway, so I could park a little bit further away. I like to keep my car within sight, though, so I don't want to park too far away. But all those little things add up, even if it's just, 30 or 40 extra steps. Throughout the day, that can add up to an extra, couple hundred steps. So I think that's important. Number 4, take the stairs. If you go to places that have elevators, I know a lot of doctors' offices have elevators, or, the malls and office buildings. A lot of those type of places have elevators, but if you choose to take the stairs, that's burning more calories. One thing with that too, if stairs are really, really hard for you, maybe even if you're taking the elevator, and if nobody else is on it, because it can be weird if they're on it, but walk in place while the elevator's going up so that you're still moving while you're doing that. And even like me, like I live on the 2nd floor, so I have to take the stairs. We don't have an elevator. But, I got the doggos, and so I have to go up and down the stairs a lot to let them out so that, they can go potty and all that fun stuff, or, play. And so what I have started doing, it's something simple, but like I kind of goof off on the stairs. I bounce a little bit more so that it's not just a gentle walk up. I'm like making sure to kind of jump with it or bounce with it or try running up them. These stairs are super steep. Not running up all of them anytime soon, but I can run down them. Little things like that, that's just a little bit more than what you used to do, they can really, really add up. So I'm kind of grateful for those dogs. Speaking of dogs, playing with your pets. Like yesterday, I was playing with Goldie, the gold one, not the black one that's always in here. She's not in here right now. But either way, I was just, playing fetch and tug of war, and like I was kind of spinning her around and chasing her and things like that. By the end of it, I was panting. I burned calories. I guarantee it. Breaking stuff. I burned calories. I guarantee it because of all of that. And they need it. It's good for them because they get a lot of pent up energy that can lead to anxiety. So it's good to be doing that for them. Taking them for walks. All of those things. You're doing it for them and you're not thinking of it as exercise. Really, really helps. And plus, then, if you actually write it down, you're like, oh, yeah, well, yeah. And that was fun. So let me do that again. She'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy it. My body will enjoy it. It's a win-win-win-win. So that was number 5, was play with pets. So I'm going to kind of randomly go through these again. So 1, track your activity. 2, step counter app. 3, park farther away. 4, take the stairs. 5, play with your pets. If it's a cat, you can play with them too. Like, you can always do stuff. It doesn't have to be you're sitting there with a laser pointer. You can use the strings and, all this stuff. Like, they'll end up running around and playing with you. Most of them. Some of them, I don't know. I've had a cat that literally wanted nothing to do with anybody unless he wanted food. She was really pretty though. Anyway, the next one, 6. Clean aggressively. We all need to clean. Actually, I need to scrub my place today. But, how you do it can be so important. While you're doing the dishes, dance a little bit, play some music while you're doing it. You're getting it done and you're getting more activity. Or just, really, really scrub. Use your muscles so that you can, build muscle or, at least burn some calories because it's taking extra power. Just being very aggressive and very playful with it can really, really help burn activities. Like even something as simple as, taking this cup to the kitchen so that I can wash it. Like I can just gently walk that way, or I can kind of dance around or bounce around going that way. It feels a little silly. I don't do it when my roommate's home because I don't need him looking at me doing that. But it's moving your body a little bit more. Even just like moving around like that is more movement than just walking steadily. Makes sense? So yeah, cleaning aggressively. Number 7, speaking of, using your muscles for scrubbing, at a grocery store. If you're not getting, like a grocery cart full, you carry a basket. I always do baskets, even if I'm going to fill that sucker up. I don't know why I hate walking with a grocery cart. I don't know. But carrying that, you putting it in there, and I will hold it high. I don't just leave my arms slack and just barely using a muscle. I hold them high, and a lot of times by the time I'm to the checkout, the arm's tired, and then you switch arms. And if nobody's around being weird, feel free to lift it up like a weight. That alone can help a lot as far as just doing a little bit extra for yourself. Number 8. There we go. Number 8, set an alarm. So, say it when I'm at home, on a Tuesday, I'm home for a very long time. If I'm not careful, if I don't have a lot of stuff to do, say I don't need to do laundry, say I don't need to clean a lot, I can find myself very easily not moving much or laying down a lot or whatever. So on your phone, again, phones are lifesavers, guys. I say what you will about technology, but I love it. You can set an alarm. You can set it for as often as you want. Set an alarm for every hour, just as a reminder to be active. So say I'm sitting here, I'm watching YouTube videos, or I'm playing video games. An hour goes by. Sometimes you don't even realize it. 3-4 hours could go by. But an hour goes by, alarm goes off. Oh, okay. Pause what I'm doing, get up and walk around for 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Any kind of activity so you're not just sitting here the entire time. You can make it as often as you want, every half hour, every hour. And I think the Fitbits have that built in. I know the Google Watch does, where it has hey, you haven't been moving around. Just something to get your blood flowing and your heart pumping a little bit more. And so that you're not, just sitting too much. So that can be very helpful. There are apps you can download on your phone that do that. There's even one you can install on your computer so that it pops up as a reminder. But I haven't downloaded any of those just because I like the alarm system on my phone. You can set a reminder, or I have Google Home, or I have Alexa that I can just say, hey, set an alarm for an hour from now. And it will. And when it goes off, tell her to shut up and walk for a few minutes. And then when you're done, set another alarm. Pretty simple. Pretty easy, really convenient, and just very minor. I mean, it's 2 minutes. You can do it. Maybe use that 2 minutes to go grab a glass of water, walk in place while you drink it. Get your water and your activity. Boom. All right, number 9. Number 9 and 10 are actually ones that cost a little bit of money, but not much. But so number 9 is a stability ball. So what I've started doing a lot more, instead of just sitting in this chair, is if I'm going to be at my desk for a while, I will use that guy. Ignore my laundry basket underneath it. But I'll use that stability ball so that I am getting a little bit more activity while sitting. One, it's better for your lower back, which we all know. I have an issue with my lower back. I had to use that Daredevil stuff today because my back was hurting, mainly because I've been playing too many video games. The new Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, and I tend to lay down while playing it, and that hurts my back. But so while I'm up, if I'm not moving around, instead of this chair, even while I was writing out the list of these things and looking up what other people recommended and things like that, in that on sitting on that ball, especially if you sit on it with your legs apart, it's making you use your core to keep you balanced. So that can be super, super helpful. They look scary. I promise you they're not as scary as they are, especially at first. If you keep your legs a little bit more together, you're not using your core as much, but, it makes it a little bit more comfortable. And then, just slowly work your legs apart so that you can be sitting there stably and you're using, your core more. And then with that, you can look up exercises on YouTube. I mean, just Google it. And there'll be a bunch of things of other activity to do on like the stability ball that you can easily do at home. And some of them are a little hard. Like, know yourself, know what you can do. Like, there's several that I can do, and there's several that I'm like, no, bro, can't do. Side note, I've been saying no, bro, a lot lately, and I don't know where it's coming from. Sorry about it. All right, number 10, wearable weights. I do not have any of these, but I actually want to get some because I've had friends that have had great success with it. So, like, say you're gonna go for a walk. Like, one with that, start slow. You don't like, oh my gosh, I have to go for an hour walk. I have to be get fit with Sandy and, walk 2 miles every day. Start slow. Start with like 5 minutes. But you can add resistance to it. There are weights that you can put on your legs. There are weights that you can put on your wrist. There are chest weights that you can put on, and those are cool because then they're under your clothes and it's not like you're walking around looking like, whatever. But you can put those on, and that adds a little bit more resistance to while you're walking. There's some that I was looking at that actually look like leg warmers, and but they're weights, and so you put them on, and so then when you lift your leg, it's a little bit more weight, and so it adds more resistance to make it a little bit harder, so you get a little bit more bang for this walk. Makes sense? I kind of really want to get some. I'm gonna be buying some soon, I think, just for while you're walking around your house, just so that it's something a little bit more. All of these things, all 10 of these things, when used together or separately, whatever, they really, really can make a huge difference, and they're easy. They're stuff that you're doing every day anyway. You're just tweaking how you live a little bit. It's not the giant, oh my gosh, I have to go to the gym. I have to go walk 10 miles. I have to get 20,000 steps in. All of those things that get so like overwhelming, especially for me, because I like exercise for some reason stresses me out. So those things all easily done. So I recommend doing them. Speaking of those, I am excited for today because I am going with a certain somebody to the botanical gardens, and it's going to be beautiful. One, today the weather, I mean, it's not summertime. It's going to be like oh, hold on. Trying to figure out what the weather's going to be. It's going to be mid-50s, so it's going to be a little bit chilly, but we're going to be walking the entire time, seeing the beautiful gardens. Obviously, not everybody lives in St. Louis, so you don't all have the St. Louis Botanical Gardens, but if you have something like that, that way you're just going for a stroll to enjoy the scenery, to enjoy the, botanical stuff. It can be really, really pretty, and then also you don't even realize that you're moving. So I'm really excited to be doing that today, and other things. Going to the and these are all just side notes. So going to a garden, going to a park, going to a museum. We have an awesome art museum and science museum and history museum that I need to take more advantage of. And all of those, while you are looking at these exhibits, guess what? You're moving. So that's something for people to really pay attention to. Or like we have this Union Station that is being built up, and they're finally getting things together. And actually, I think this week, it's the 19th. So this week, they have a new mirror maze in there, and they have like this other thing that I'm not going to do because it's like a rope. You tie a rope to you and you're climbing, and like not like climbing a wall, but like it looks like a building that's being built. It's really weird, but like looks intimidating. But they have one for children and easy and hard for adults, or maybe medium also. I don't know. Either way, I'm not doing that one, but the mirror maze. But either way, going there, park farther away, go, like you're walking in. If I do the mirror maze, you're walking in there, and it's exciting, so get your heart pumping a little bit more. So all those things are good. But yeah, so hopefully these help you. I'm going to start incorporating all of these, except for the wearable weights until I can afford to buy them, into my life right now. A lot of them I already do. Like, I haven't been tracking activity, so I'm going to start with that. The second one, step counter, that is on my phone. It does let me know when I hit my goals. Usually on a very busy day at work, I can easily hit it. The number 3, park farther away, I've been slacking off on. So I'm going to start doing that more rather than parking by the door. The stairs, I don't go anywhere that has an elevator, so for me, it's more, instead of just gently walking down the stairs to let the dogs in and out and, get here from the street, I'm going to be more active on the stairs. The 5th one, play with pets. I play with them, but in the past, I've typically been more like, hey, let's play fetch. Or let's calm down and let me pet you. I want to be more active with playing with them like I did yesterday because, 1, it was fun, and 2, bird calories. Cleaning aggressively, that one I kind of already do. I get bored. So, yeah. Number 7, basket instead of card, I already do. I'm literally just set up alarms on my phone to remind me to be active, especially today because I'm not going to the botanical gardens until 3. So it's 10. I've got plenty of hours that I don't need to be just sitting in this chair. But I also have a lot of cleaning to do, but still. And then the stability ball, like I said, I've been doing that. I'm doing that more. And then I will buy wearable weights soon. And all of those things can add up. And if I can track it in WW or iTrackBytes, I will. If not, I will have a journal that I will write down that I did this. So that is my plan. Hopefully these help you. And I've talked for 20 minutes, so I'm going to shut up now and let you guys get on with your lives. But thank you for watching. Hopefully this helps. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, if you like these ideas, if you have some other ideas. Obviously, there's plenty more to come up with. So if you have some, drop them down below. It could help somebody else as well. And if you haven't yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you know when I post videos. And until I post my next video, which will probably be Thursday, maybe, I think. Yeah. Anyway, talk to you guys then.